No CaitlinClark, no problem. No Sophie Cunningham, no problem. No head coach Stephanie White, have no fear. The final boss, Austin Kelly, is here. The Chicago Sky, we came into your building and we just, from pillar to post, smacked you guys around.
Well, what do you get when you take CaitlinClark, Sophie Cunningham, and head coach Stephanie White away from the Indiana Fever all at once? According to Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky, an easy win.
For AK, for Steph.
Another one.
No.
They couldn't have been more wrong. Last night at the United Center, the Indiana Fever showed they're far from a one-woman team. Kelsey Mitchell led the charge with 17 points, Lexie Hull stayed hot, and new addition Ari McDonald ran, the offense like a seasoned pro. Aaliyah Boston and Natasha Howard brought the heat as well, each making major contributions. The result? The Fever didn't just beat the Sky, they demolished them by 27 points, leaving Angel Reese and Chicago stunned on their home court. If you're riding with the Fever, drop a "I've got the fever" in the comments. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Great job. All right, great job.
Thanks, Daddy.
It started for us on the defensive end. We set the tone from the jump and never looked back. All right. Their starters, 8 for 29 from the field.
Hell yeah.
Hell of a job. Great attention to detail. That's less than 30%. We held them 32% for the game.
Picture this. You're walking into the United Center, the largest arena in the NBA, and your team has been through the ringer over the past 2 weeks. Your superstar, CaitlinClark, is sidelined with a quad injury. Your fiery sixth woman, Sophie Cunningham, is out. And your head coach, Stephanie White, isn't even in the building due to a personal matter. On paper, this was supposed to be a disaster waiting to happen for the Indiana Fever.
Well, Fever versus Sky isn't much of a rivalry, at least if you go by the results, because the Fever have dominated the Sky, and I guess you could say the Sky is falling, at least in the standings and around Chicago, considering the situation with the team.
The Fever faced their biggest test of the season on June 7th. CaitlinClark had already missed 3 straight games with a left quad strain, and without her magic on the court, the team was clearly feeling the strain, losing 2 of those. 3 matchups. Now they had to walk into hostile territory without their star, and the pressure was mounting with every game Clark remained sidelined. Then came another curveball. Head coach Stephanie White wouldn't be making the trip due to personal reasons. Stepping up was first assistant Austin Kelly, a trusted part of White's staff since 2012, fully versed in her system, but never before under this kind of spotlight. And what a spotlight it was. The United Center, with a capacity of over 1,000, was hosting its first ever WNBA game, making it a historic stage and a high-stakes moment for Kelly and the Fever.
Austin Kelly filling in for Stephanie White. I got a feeling. Austin Kelly looks like a head coach on the side. Folks, there was none of this. Austin Kelly looked like the final boss on the sideline watching over the Indiana Fever team. His posture, his presence, yeah, head coach type stuff, you know what it is. The assistants standing up, giving me some energy, giving me some, yep, I liked what I saw tonight, folks.
Every seat in the United Center was packed. Fans showed up in full force, expecting to watch their Sky finally dominate a depleted Indiana Fever squad. This was supposed to be their moment, a primetime CBS slot added to the hype, and Angel, Reese and her teammates had been circling this date ever since that brutal 35-point loss in Indianapolis. They wanted revenge, and they believed this was the perfect opportunity to get it. The basketball world was watching, eager to find out. Is Indiana really just CaitlinClark and 4 other players? Critics had been echoing that sentiment for months. Take away Clark's 19 points and 10 assists per game. What's left? Meanwhile, the Sky had just picked up back-to-back wins over Dallas and came in brimming with confidence, ready to exploit what looked like a perfect storm of fever, misfortune.
There she is right there signing autographs in the visiting arenas building. Look at all the Fever fans there. I mean, seriously. So, CaitlinClark, same thing. Same thing. Taking pictures, signing autographs. In case you're wondering, it was sold out.
Austin Kelly walked into the biggest coaching moment of his career. He had always been Stephanie White's trusted right-hand man, but now every call, every substitution, every timeout was on him. The offensive system stayed intact, but the leadership dynamic shifted completely. Without CaitlinClark on the floor, players who usually followed her lead had to step up and find their own voices. Here's what no one saw coming. Sometimes when you lose your stars, you find the true soul of your team. Sometimes adversity doesn't break you. It reveals who you really are. The stage was set for either a total collapse or a statement win that could redefine the season. What happened next stunned everyone who thought they had this Fever team figured out.
Big game. Obviously, you're stepping in for Steph, but what are the feelings coaching a game in this arena?
Oh, it's I mean, you grow up watching the Bulls and you see Michael Jordan's, jersey and Scotty's jersey sitting up there. It's a surreal moment. But, I think the message for us is the same. We want to continue to build that consistency on both ends of the floor. And it's another opportunity for us to do that here.
When your best player goes down, someone has to step into that massive void. And who rises to the moment says everything about a team's character. Kelsey Mitchell knew it. As she walked onto that court, she understood every eye was on her to carry the scoring load. The pressure was heavy, and you could feel it in the air. Mitchell had been up and down this season, averaging about 15 points per game, a drop from last year's 19. Critics questioned whether she could shoulder the responsibility without CaitlinClark drawing all the defensive attention. Would she crumble under the spotlight? Or rise and remind everyone why she's still one of the most dangerous guards in the league? The first quarter gave us the answer, and it came loud and fast.
This time steps right through the heart of the defense and blows by Chicago. The wins off of Lake Michigan. Loses Atkins, step back mini, knocks it down. Oh, the connection to Howard. How about the finish from Mitchell?
And she may be the quickest guard in the league with the ball in her hands.
Something special unfolded right from the opening tip. Kelsey Mitchell came out locked in, moving off the ball with purpose and poise, just like a seasoned vet should. She wasn't trying to replace CaitlinClark. She wasn't trying to be anyone else. She was simply being the best version of herself. And it was exactly what the Fever needed. Her shots started falling early, and with every bucket, her confidence grew. Chicago had no answers. Mitchell attacked the rim with intent, drained threes when given space, and made the right reads when the double teams came. It was veteran leadership at its finest, calm, calculated, and clutch. She finished with a team-high 17 points, leading a balanced offensive assault that the Sky simply couldn't contain. Every possession felt meaningful, and Mitchell delivered every time it mattered most.
Here's Mitchell trying to attack Van Lith. Will slow it down a bit. This time steps right through the heart of the defense and blows by Chicago. The wins off of Lake Michigan. Timeout Sky as Indiana has built a 17-point advantage.
Here's where it gets even more interesting. Lexie Hull continued her breakout season with yet another clutch performance. She was perfect from beyond the arc, knocking down both of her three-point attempts at critical moments when the team needed a spark. But it wasn't just the shooting. Hull finished with the highest plus-minus rating in the entire game, a testament to her all-around impact on both ends of the floor. Once considered a role player, Hull is proving her hot streak is no fluke. She's quickly becoming the dependable shooter and defensive anchor the Fever have been searching for. and she's delivering night after night. But that's not all. Aaliyah Boston absolutely owned the paint. She turned in a complete two-way performance. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, the kind of all-around game Fever fans had been waiting for since Clark went down. And on. Defense? Boston was a force. She tied her career high with 5 blocks, altering shots left and right, and shutting down the lane like a true anchor. This was the dominant, floor-commanding version of Boston that changes games. And she showed up exactly when the team needed her most.
20 in the 3-game absence for CaitlinClark, leads the league in field goal percentage and shows you right there.
The intentionality to get Aaliyah Boston the basketball.
We won the boards, all right? And, you know, they're a second chance points team, all right? And we won that area as well. Taking away their strengths was something that we did a great job of, all right?
Just extremely proud of y'all. We stayed locked in, we stayed together, we executed the scout at a very high level. Just multiple levels of effort. Everything that we've asked of you today, we put it in there, and from now, you know, again, stacking days, building on those moments where we're stringing those possessions together, right? Building on those great possessions on defense and on offense. Great, hell of a job, y'all. High level. Good job, y'all.